Let me now introduce you to the leader of this discussion, Nitin Jaiswal, the head of Asia Pacific at Bloomberg. Nitin works with government, regulators, business leaders, and think tanks to help advance capital market development in emerging and developed markets. Nitin, the floor is now yours.
Thanks a lot, and very good afternoon to all. As I said, my name is Nitin Jaiswal with Bloomberg, and I'm based out of Singapore. And I took a 23 hours flight from three different transit airports to reach here. So I'm very glad that I managed to come and manage my jet lag quite well. So I'll be your host and moderator for next 1.5 hours, which I can guarantee you is going to be very interesting and very important to you. Interesting because in the first part, we'll see the launch of a platform called SICA, SICA, Social Impact Challenge for Accessibility, which I'm very confident will play a very important role in the concept of diversity and inclusion by supporting and broadening its scope itself beyond gender. And the second part is important because we are going to have a panel which is going to discuss one thing which you care the most about, which is FDI, investment, and money. So before I talk about the platform and invite the stakeholders, I would like to take a quick 1 minute and share with you a message from my boss, Michael Bloomberg, who you all know is one of the important champion for climate crisis, solving the climate crisis, and making the world a healthy place. So can I just request to play a message by Michael Bloomberg?
To all the members of the World Association of Investment Promotion Agencies, welcome. We're all here today because the climate crisis is only getting more urgent and the need for bold action is growing by the day. Everyone in this room plays a critical part in making sure that foreign direct investment supports sustainable projects. To win the battle against climate change, we need to marshal the power of the private sector, and all of you can help do it. Here at Bloomberg LP, through the Glasgow Financial Alliance for Net Zero, we're using the power of data to help investors identify climate-related risks and opportunities. Together, we can accelerate progress around the world. And as we see in the news every day, the stakes could not be any higher. So thanks for coming, and all the best.
Yeah, that was Michael Bloomberg, so one champion. So let me invite another champion, Deepak Bagla. He's one of the biggest champion of India growth story as the CEO of Invest India. And last evening, I also realized when Deepak is not busy convincing people to invest in India or supporting innovative ideas like SICA, he's encouraging everyone to have the Indian dessert kheer. So next year, when he hosts you all in India, make sure that you ask him what are the best recommendations of the places to go and eat. And I'm pretty confident he knows the place and he's happy to share. And also, I would like to invite a very smart lady on stage, Paroma Bhatt. She is the public policy manager at Process Group. And yes, when she is not advising on public policy, last evening I realized she can hold a very interesting conversation on Indian democracy, why it works, and how it works at the grassroots level. Deepak and Paroma, welcome on the stage. Now we would like to play the video, and after that, you can actually share your thoughts on the initiative itself. Can you please play the video?
We'd like to paint a picture of where we are at in numbers. According to the World Health Organization, 15% of the world's population lives with some or the other form of disabilities. In India alone, this figure translates to 27 million people. Assistive technologies can enable people living with disabilities access the same or similar opportunities that people living in temporarily abled bodies have. Clearly, the need is there, and to address this, Process, in partnership with Startup India, Invest India, and Social Alpha, launched the Process Social Impact Challenge for Accessibility, or Process SICA, in 2020.
The Startup India initiative has always enabled entrepreneurs to make a mark in the digital world. And I think this challenge gives the time where we can take Digital India to make it accessible India. And from India, next is to take it to the world. The social impact and the investing challenge where startups with the most innovative solutions from hearing to mobility to providing assistance in every other aspect to bring in inclusion. And the solutions they've been bringing have been very encouraging and have been of huge impact.
It is really heartening to see that entrepreneurs with assistive technology solutions are bringing user-friendly, affordable devices to the market. Entrepreneurs have a large global opportunity.
Through SICA, it's inspiring to support entrepreneurs who are passionate about using technology to provide great, inclusive customer experiences and products, and not only to those who are able-bodied. Looking at assistive technology as a business opportunity is smart business, in addition to being the right thing to do. We're proud to see the positive impact of SICA on assistive technology.
The winning startups are inducted into the Process SICA mentorship program, where Process, through its global pool of experts, helps these startups take their solutions from minimum viable products to self-sustaining businesses. If we look back over the accomplishments of everyone involved in the past 3 years, we all can be very proud.
SICA came in at a time where we were at a tipping point. Like you need that little extra help, and then a lot of these things, all these requirements could be met. SICA is a fantastic platform, and I think anybody who is in the AP space must and should apply for it. The focus is very specific on AP.
We had asked very specifically that we want supply chain help. SICA has supported us immensely across the team.
I mean, there are two aspects, right? Knowledge and delivery. So I think that's where this program stands or stood out for us.
I would definitely say recommend SICA to other startups.
When a player like Process or Naspers enters in, there's definitely an element of financial sustainability that is expected. SICA has been more of a bespoke program for us. Some of the challenges that we were facing were around sales, were around marketing, and I urge all the assisted tech startups to apply for SICA.
As a startup, there are challenges in terms of marketing, etc. A lot of people will give you grants. Where the SICA is different is that they will support you, they will guide you. I would say they are absolutely, more than any kind of money or grant that, one could have got.
If the last 3 years have shown us anything, it is the confidence that entrepreneurs, when backed with the right resources, can solve the world's most complex social problems. And assistive technology is no different. SICA has proven to have an impact, and we're committed to putting assistive technologies on the forefront in India and the world. So who should apply for SICA? Well, if you're a startup, less than 10 years of age, already have a minimum viable product, and are registered with your country's investment promotion agency, we encourage you to apply. For more details, you can visit our website that is there in the QR link at the end of this video.
Deepak, when I look at all the 17 SDG goals and different initiatives being played out, according to me, this is one of the most innovative and much needed initiative which you guys have taken. I'm very happy to see that it's getting launched at this point of time. So now floor is to you and to Paroma to share your thoughts about the initiative so that the other stakeholders can get some insight when they go back to their respective countries. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Nitin. And you'd realize those 23 hours were really worth it for this launch, and I can assure you that. I must tell you, we did the first launch and Paroma has been leading it. This was about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. The first one had a huge response, the second one again. This one is truly close to my heart. 1.2 billion people require assisted support in some form or the other. You want to make an impact, there can be never anything more than this one. This is direct. You guys are blessed. And when you see this, it makes you realize how blessed you are and how important it is for you to give. 1.2 billion is not a small number, and often we don't realize it. It's not just about inclusion. It's not just about equitable opportunity and everything. I think it is an imperative, and I think it is not a choice, but for each one of us to get involved in this movement. What Paroma has done from Process, Astha and the entire Startup India team are sitting here, and the Social Alpha team is here, all of you, is exceptional. And in the morning I mentioned that the biggest things in the world today are finding a solution. The biggest challenges we ever had. So that is the encouraging part, that these solutions are now coming, and they're coming at price points which are actually scalable and can reach down to each and every individual where it is required. So we need to work on it on two aspects. One is to get more and more of these coming, and this is where really thank you for your entire team to partner and to give us the opportunity to partner with it. The first two ones have been excellent. They've been assistant technologies on hearing, on walking, on multiple other ways which have been much of use. And we decided this one, Nitin, we have to make it global. It has to be everyone's responsibility. And I think this is something I can't see in this room anyone saying no to taking it on. It's important. So I really want to congratulate and thank Social Alpha, Process, and Astha, you and your entire startup team at Invest India, to work together to make this change happen. And now this challenge is open, and the challenge now for all of you is not just to find new ideas and thoughts to make it happen, but each one of you join hands and make it happen together. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to bring SICA from India to the world. Thank you, Mr. Bagla, for your very kind words and your support to Process SICA. We are one of the world's leading technology investors, and we have seen what happens when entrepreneurs are given the latitude to just innovate and the kind of problems that they solve in society when they are just backed with the right resources. And assistive technology should not be any different. We all tend to forget that we live in temporarily abled bodies. With an aging population and prevalence of non-communicable diseases, the World Health Organization estimates that by 2050, 3.5 billion people in this world would require some or the other form of assistive technology. That's half the world population today. Imagine that. 1 in every 2 persons sitting in this room would require assistive technology in the next 25 years. Clearly, there is an addressable market that we all have potential to tap. And clearly, philanthropy and charity is not going to be enough anymore. So when we conceptualized SICA in 2020, we envisioned it as an initiative with 2 objectives. First, that impact investing, or rather investing when aligned with the country's SDGs, can also be commercially viable. And second, we wanted to create a program for the global AT community, test it in India, and bring it to the world. SICA's startups are its real success stories. In the last 2 years, we have really seen some startups blossom after graduating from this program. From raising equity on Shark Tank to taking their products across the world, the startups have outdone themselves. And we believe that that is an opportunity that can be replicated in every market of the world. So it is our great privilege and our great pleasure to be standing here at WAIPA and announcing SICA for the world. So we encourage you to go back to your countries and look at the assistive tech startups that you have in your countries and ask them to apply to SICA, because we are in it for the long term. It's not just about unconditional grants for us. We believe that strategic mentorship can help take their products from minimum viable stages to self-sustaining businesses. We'd like to thank our partners in helping us take SICA to where it is, Startup India, Invest India, Social Alpha, and all the technical assistance we have received from the World Health Organization. Before I hand the stage back to Nitin, I just want to share with you that, we throw around this word of assistive technologies, but it isn't new. A few hundred years ago, people who wear specs would have been considered disabled. Imagine not having the opportunities that you have right now only because you did not have spectacles. And that is the true beauty of assistive technologies. And SICA would be successful and this space would be successful when we have many, many more solutions that become as ubiquitous as your humble eyeglass. With that, thank you for this opportunity once again. SICA is now open. The application is live. So we encourage you and your startups to apply. And we look forward to revolutionizing the space like we have consumer internet startups. And with that, Nitin, the stage is all yours. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.